Welcome to Food and Loathing, a Pavlovian podcast in which we ring the bell and you drool all over yourself. I kind of like porn that goes that way, too.
It's a good way of looking at it, yeah.
I'm your host, Al Mancini, and no, I really don't understand what I'm talking about right now, but that's okay. I've been doing this thing without my co-host, Gemini Stevens, for a while now, although she did pop in a couple weeks ago, but I think I'm running low on clever things to say without her help, so I'm going to be turning to the people that I have here. Have no fear. We've got help on this episode. It is coming. It's a great episode. I'm super excited about this. I should let you know, we're coming to you from Dupar's in Summerlin Suncoast Hotel and Casino. And my old friend Rachel Diehl is joining us in the co-host chair. This is really weird. Say hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Yay, we love Rachel.
Stoked as hell to be here. Thank you.
I know, you're like the only person I think who's ever listened to like every single episode of our podcast.
Every episode. How many publicists can say that?
I don't know, but if they're listening right now, I want them to do a fucking head count, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, most of them just assign it to their intern or something. Say, does he say anything that we have to yell at him for? And then that's it. Anyway, Rachel and I have known each other for a really, really long time. She is a publicist. We don't usually have publicists on this show, but she's also a very good friend of Gemini's. You often hear us talk about her on this show. She's worked a lot in the food space, but she's not in that space right now. When she was in the food space, I had to bug her as a journalist, and then for a while I was a client, and I pretty much was an asshole from both sides, right?
Yeah, but you're my favorite kind of asshole. It was fun times.
Oh, good.
I always love running into you and Sue at events. I know it's going to be a good time if you're there.
Well, I always love working with you. So thanks for coming in and lending us a hand, man. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So, long-time listener, first-time co-host, very excited to be here.
That's awesome. Well, you keep it from being a sausage fest, and that's really important to me. I mean, we try, that is among all the great things that Gemini brings to the table is a feminine perspective, a female perspective on things. And I know I'm not good at coming out with that. So Andrew Morgan is also here. Andrew, I didn't think you'd be good for putting out the female perspective either.
No, that's not how I roll, but I'm happy you're here.
Andrew Morgan, of course, we all know from Happy Hour Vegas. He's going to do an on-location happy hour report for us later in the show, just before the news, but he's almost certainly going to be piping in before that. So, guys, anything we need to say? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving, by the way.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
What
about you?
I went to our friend Leanne and John's house, and that was a great Thanksgiving. I'm not a Thanksgiving guy. I always tell this story. My dad had 4 sisters. They all were pretty fertile people. Most of them were pretty fertile. So we'd have Thanksgiving at one of the houses, and there'd be about 25 to 30 people always. And, none of us were growing up in houses that had a 30-person dining room, right? Like, that's that. If you guys were, good for you, motherfuckers, but you may not be able to relate. But for those of us that don't, you push all the tables together, and then you just find a fucking card table or a stool or whatever, and you send the kids over there, and you really don't give a fuck because you argue politics or whatever you argue with the other adults. And so I was always at the little card table, and we got all our food very, very late in the game, and it was always picked over. It was never warm. So when people get all excited about turkey and stuffing, I'm like, fuck that, man. It's not my thing. And if it was good, people would make it the other 364 days a year, and nobody fucking does. So I don't think I'm alone. But Leanne and John always have a nice orphans Thanksgiving for those of us who aren't able to get out of town, see our families. She did a phenomenal job. We had 2 kinds of turkey. We had some deep fried turkey. We had some brined Diehl Farms turkey. So everything was great. And then I understand you bumped into one of my dinner mates later in the night, right, Rachel?
Yeah, absolutely. I was at the Silver Stamp for their 5th annual Friendsgiving potluck, a different kind of little orphan party, and I went there with my best friend and some of my craft house beer drinking buddies, and sure enough, Wes Griffiths showed up afterwards. He said he just came over from the Nota Bartolos, and we had a good time. We got to drink some really great beers and nice potluck that Rose and Andrew put on they made of ham and a turkey, and everybody brought all the sides, and it was good times.
Cool. What about you, Andrew? Family?
You know what? First of all, I love Rachel being here, by the way, just because, first of all, she said beers a few times, and I love that. And then you also told me that you go to happyhourvegas.com. That's your go-to. So you're automatically one of my best friends already.
I know. She listens to my podcast. She uses your website. What the fuck? Any of you other publicists do that? You can come on, too.
Exactly, right. But yeah, no, Thanksgiving was great. It was kind of a Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving. So, lots of good food, but like in bite-sized portions and stuff like that. That's how I roll.
Okay, great, man. Well, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm hoping that Gemini is going to leave a little message, tell people how she's doing, what's been going on. So I am going to leave a space for that right here.
I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being so supportive. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for interacting with me on social media. As many of you know, I was hospitalized again, this time for almost 2 weeks. And it wasn't exactly the most fun experience, but I will say thanks to so many family and friends of this podcast, of me personally. I was sent food, I was delivered food, I was brought food. Al brought these amazing cookies that now I can't remember, so I'm going to have to ask him to remind me where he got those beautiful cookies. Hopefully he can tell you guys as part of this update. Friends and worked with Brian Howard and got me some of my favorite stuff from Sparrow and Wolf. When I got out, I got to go to Thanksgiving at Esther's, which I didn't think I was going to go anywhere the way I was feeling. But not to take up too much of your time or get into too much detail right now. Just know it was not a great couple of weeks. And I know my health has been kind of keeping me from spending more time with all of you. And that bugs me. That makes me really sad. I am going to be gone this week, as this is a recording, and at least one more week, but then I am back in Vegas. I have every plan to be ready to go. I'm not going to promise to hit the ground running because every time I do that, I tire myself out. So I will get there and we will do things at a nice, even pace and we'll have a good time. So thank you so much for listening to the show. Thank you so much for caring about me. Thank you so much for letting us do what we do. This is the time of year to say all that, but we try and say it all the time that, we love being able to do this with you guys. I love and look forward to so much, getting to record at different places and bring different people on the show and get perspectives. And, you guys are the ones that make it so real and so entertaining and different. We get to do all kinds of new things all the time. So again, just want to thank everybody for their support, let you know that I am doing okay. I am posting on social media. I am definitely available if anybody has any questions. Hopefully I will get to see a lot of you soon. Definitely we will be chatting, and hey, it's the end of the year, so do this for me, will ya? Send in to us some of your favorite eats this year. Tell us what has really kind of blown your mind. Is it new? Is it something you've been holding on to? And let us know what we need to touch on in 2026. Let's do this. Thanks again. I love you all.
So, okay, as I mentioned, we're recording this entire podcast at Dupar's, a legendary California restaurant that recently renovated its location here in Summerlin Suncoast Casino. We're going to be joined shortly by the property's executive chef. Here he is. He's bringing a little bit of food over. That's always fun.
Oh, he's always welcome. That's for sure.
Hold on. I love it when they just start arriving with food. Chef Chris, what's your last name again? Chris Nicholson. Chris, chef, I should say. What are you sitting down for us?
We are going to have a loco moco, some little island favorites that we have here. So go ahead and enjoy. Over easy egg, mid-rare steak, some nice jasmine rice, It's awesome. Enjoy.
Oh my God.
Thanks. We'll see you in a few minutes, Chef.
When you think about Dupars, you don't think about loco moco per se. You think about the pancakes. So this is awesome.
Yeah, so Chef's going to be joining us shortly. We'll learn all about the history of the food here, the renovations, anything else we can think of, because this place was just renovated, just reopened. We talked about it a few weeks ago. So that's the center of this show, but you're also going to be hearing interviews with Metro Pizza's John Arena on the closing of one location and the opening of a new concept. And Hemant Kishore will tell us about the new Toddy shop pop-up at Dan Cromer's Durango Social Club. Andrew, while we're talking here, Rachel's going to start this up, but you want to start cutting into that and making it edible,
Somewhat.
like so we can all shove forks in and get a nice little bite. We know we're talking about make all that. Those eggs, we need those. I mean, like it's a huge patty under there, right?
Yeah.
So a nice giant a base of the rice, then with the brown gravy over it, then a pretty fucking large hamburger patty with a pair of sunny side up eggs, which Andrew's just about to cut into.
And I'm going to cut those eggs. They're going to be running.
Run them, baby, run them.
Yeah, where's our Instagram video?
Right?
So before we get to all that news and all those interviews I told you about, we like to talk about where we've been dining. And Rachel, since you are new to the show, I was kind of hoping you would start us off. You have any good dining stories recently?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, started out Thanksgiving Day at the Silver Stamps Friendsgiving Potluck, and not really so dining related, but they had a lot of really great beers on tap. I really wanted to point out we had a sipping beer, the Huddle Beer Zombies collaboration, the Everlasting Chalk Stopper. Of course, had to have that. Some news with them going to be closing soon. So
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about that. That sucks.
had to say goodbye. So of course that was my sipping beer. But then we did a little beer share where everybody bought nice bottles of beer, and then you get a little taster of it. And my favorite one of the night was a Pinot Noir Tilquin, and a whole bunch of other words on it that I can't pronounce. But anyways,
Oh my God, this is so hot.
It's-
But good.
and anyway, it was so good. It was a really good fruited lambic made with fermented grapes and just delicious. They actually came. It was $50 a bottle. It comes in a little basket, so it kind of reminded me of like going down the Yellow Brick Road with Dorothy in a little basket of my wine beer.
Okay, you should have
Total
brought it
spirit.
over to the Sphere.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always enjoyed lambics, even though I'm not a big beer person, and I think Sue's pretty fond of them. Could you explain to people what you're talking about when you say lambic?
Lambic is it's a little bit more of it's almost like a sour, but not quite. Very good beer. They're usually a lot of styles they do. It can be lambic by itself, but a lot of popular ones you'll have like fruits in them.
Yeah, I think that's usually what I see.
Yeah. So there's very delicious style of beer that I love to drink.
Awesome. Okay, where else you been?
So after that, the Black Friday, I saw James Trees posted about the leftover turkey sandwich at Esther's Kitchen, and when James posts a leftover turkey sandwich, I have to go.
And this is where you know James must be a nice guy, because you worked for him as a publicist for
Yes.
years and years and years, and you still go.
And I loved him before I got the job working with Eric and James because I loved Esther's Kitchen so much.
Wow, well that's a good way
I've been
to-
going since they opened. He was my first foray into really discovering local artisan chefs, and he's always beloved in my heart. And the mafal de nero there is my favorite dish ever. Can't say enough good things about it, but yeah, I know he's gonna have good stuff. So I had to try the Turkey Day sandwich. I did pull the description of it so you all can hear, but it was Duke's mayo, stuffing, cranberry, turkey onions, and gravy dipper. Let me tell you, that gravy is delicious.
Yeah, but if you're doing a gravy dipper, why are you putting mayo on that? I just hate mayo. That's just my thing.
You
I
know-
fucking
Yeah,
hate
you got to
mayo.
think with mayo.
I hate mayo too, but honestly, I didn't really notice the mayo, but they didn't go very heavy on it. So it's obviously in there, it's in the description, but it wasn't a very mayo-forward dish to me.
But
Can I
gotta-
tell you a story about why I hate mayo? Bringing
Yeah.
up all my childhood here. So again, this goes back to like the stuff that they used to put out. If you are like a suburban white person in the 70s, the word mayo, the word salad was kind of synonymous with mayo. Macaroni salad was just a bunch of noodles with mayo thrown in. Potato salad, you just
yeah.
throw some fucking mayo in. Right? So that's what everybody brought to every fucking potluck in the middle of summer, sitting out in the suburban sun, and the mayo didn't really quite hold up. So I've always had a little bit of a thing about mayo.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. But you
Yeah.
said turkey sauce, so that kind of
Durkee onions.
Durkee
I don't know what durkee onions are, but it sounds interesting.
Well,
They tasted good. I'll tell you that.
I'd double down on the turkey. That's
Aren't
Yeah.
they little small onions? I'm not sure. James, we need your help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please educate me.
Okay, next up for you.
Yes. And then, so Sunday, we went with my board game group to this place called Natural 21 Game Lounge. It is next door and adjacent sister property to Natural 20, which is a game-themed tabletop role-playing game retail store for people to come in. They do host a lot of D&D nights. You can buy games there,
Wow.
things like that. So, but they opened up Natural 21 next door, and you can bring your own games, or you can borrow some of theirs and play, and you can enjoy delicious food. We've been there before, and their food is always on point. But they started a new brunch this weekend, so my board game group was like, we have to go check this out. And let me tell you, it was legit. Most places, when you go to board game, shops or cafes, they have what we affectionately call nerd food, and it's maybe a soft pretzel that was reheated in the microwave, or a little pizza, or
Oh, yeah.
Doritos, and
A lot of caffeine, though, I'm guessing, right, for gamers?
Yes, caffeine. There is,
Yeah.
Meepleville does do a good job, though, of providing also beer and wine, and sometimes local beers in there, so I do like that. But Natural 21,
Wait, what games do you play? I need to know.
all of them.
Well, I don't know. I could never play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so glad they invented computers that could do all that dice
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
Because I was a little nerdy kid I used to play, right? So I would never play that. But do they have other cool board games and things like that?
Yeah, they have there's so many in there, but there's actually one called Rival Restaurants, which is my favorite, and you actually get to be a restaurant owner, and you're building
Wow.
dishes and collecting ingredients to make dishes, and then gain popularity and all that. So it's a really fun game that I love.
Okay, that sounds fun. Where's that located?
It's just a board game. It's not.
No. Where's
Oh,
the place located
Natural
that
21.
you're playing this?
Gotcha.
Natural 21.
It's at Green Valley, and Sunset.
Okay. Chef just popped by with what looks like, I guess you could call it a salad, but it looks like a gigantic plate of deliciousness,
I was
Chef.
going to say.
So it's actually a Chinese chicken salad. So we're kind of bringing some different flair into Dupar. So let me know what you guys think.
Hey, so I have a question,
Will do.
being executive chef. What's a durkee onion? Yeah, have you heard of that? We were just talking about a durkee onion, so now I've got a...
We were just reading a menu description. It said turkey onion.
I don't know either.
That's the beauty, right? Everything changes.
Right.
Yeah.
But this looks fantastic. So.
These are kind of some of our new stuff.
Actually, you got to talk into the mic.
So this is some of our new stuff that we have right now that I'm just showing you, and then a little bit later I'm going to start giving you what Dupars is known for.
This is
Cool.
amazing.
Yeah, we'll have you out in another 10, 15 minutes. I can't wait.
Thanks, chef.
Okay, so back to your gaming. This
Yes.
is what happens when we're on location. It's not just you that we interrupt. We interrupt anytime a chef comes to the
The
table.
bullets start flying, man.
No, I love it. I love it. He's bringing all the great food. Just got a bite of the loco moco. It gave me a second to eat that, and that is
Yeah.
delicious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But so back to Natural 21. I just want to tell you, they had an amazing all-you-can-drink mimosas, 4 different types of bubbles, and at least 6 different juices. But I'm more of a Bloody Mary person, and so I enjoyed their Bloody Mary bar. That was amazing. They had 4 different types of juices that you could choose from: tomato, V8, a Cajun tomato juice that was good, and then also my favorite Clamato, because I'm more of the Bloody Caesar style.
Oh, a Caesar girl.
Yep,
Canadian,
Caesar girl.
huh?
Yeah, right?
Yep. That my stepdad and I used to make the Bloody Marys all the time. Well, I guess Bloody Caesars all the time, and it had to be with the Clamato, because it's just the tomatoes for me is a little too much. It's too thick, and yeah.
I saw my dad used to drink them, Clamato.
Yeah.
Okay, you have one more you can hit us with before we move over to Andrew, or maybe 1 or 2 real quick?
Yeah, real quick. The one I really was excited to share with you guys is the cement slipper in Boulder City.
That's right. You did a Boulder City run, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down there every week, every Tuesday for karaoke nights, and it just happened that one week in between songs, I was taking a break and walking around the city just to get out for a second, and there was a little sign, a little trifold sign that said, Tiki bar in the alley. And I was like, if there is ever a way that somebody's going to say free candy and try to steal me tiki bar
Yeah, I
in the
was
alley,
going to
fine
say,
with
that
it.
sounds really like something that you find outside the sex club or
Yeah.
something.
But I'm here for it. I will go down this rabbit hole with you. Let's do it. And
Okay,
So-
what'd you find?
I love it.
it was pretty cool. So it's a nice little outdoor tiki bar. I think they're like a sister bar to Skinny Bar. which is on the other side of the building, and it was really cool. It's not quite as decorated as we would find at like Red Dwarf or Frankie's or Golden Tiki, but they did have the bamboo and some of the fish lighting and different tiki elements in there. For Boulder City, it was definitely one of the better bars I've seen in there, decor-wise. And then tried their drinks, and what I really loved, I was talking to the bartender, and she was trying out a new cocktail that she was putting together called the Fuckleberry. Yeah.
I like it already.
I'm in. So it was passion fruit, huckleberry, gin, and pineapple. And so I had that cocktail. It was delicious. I'm excited to go back and try more of they had classic tiki cocktails on there, as well as a couple that they came up with. And I just thought it was a really fun place to go. And, Boulder City, it's a lot of the bars are kind of your regular run-of-the-mill bars, but this was a really unique place to check out.
Yeah, I'll be your Fuckleberry.
Yeah.
Fuckleberry you.
Let's go.
Cool. Anything else out there?
So very near the cement slipper, there is Hangar 502, which is they call it a delicatessen and a bar, all things. They had really great sandwiches. I had a really dope pastrami sandwich from there, and it was so big that my mom and I were able to share it. So
Nice.
Really good value, delicious. And then I just loved, they have a little tiny store in front with specialty foods that you can find. Like they had Dalalo pastas and Momofuku noodle kits and fishwife tin fish. And
Cool.
Yeah, lots of. I honestly could have spent my whole paycheck there, but I.
So what can you tell me? How's the scene in Boulder City these
Yeah.
days? Most people never go to Boulder City.
I think it's really growing and coming into its own as far as food and beverage goes, because just in the last since the pandemic, they've opened up the Cornish pasty companies come out there. Beer Zombies is out there.
Nice.
You've got Boulder Dam Brewing Company, which has been there forever.
Yeah.
So the Dillinger is another great restaurant that.
Dillinger's always fun. They got that burger there, right?
Yeah.
Crazy burger.
They got a lot of crazy burgers. The little ham and cheese croquetas, I love those.
Cool.
Okay. Well, anything else you need to hit? Because time-wise, we're always rushing. We're going to move over to where Andrew's been dining. But anybody else you want to send a big shout-out to because they were great?
No, I think that's it.
You also dined at the Bloomin' Bistro, I know, and I know they're
yeah.
one of your kind of clients, but it's a nonprofit client. You could come on and talk about your nonprofit clients all the
All
time.
day.
So give them a shout out real quick.
I appreciate that. I didn't dine there, but I did see that they are doing a really cool thing for the holidays. They have a charcuterie board that they are selling, and the proceeds, 50% of the proceeds benefit St. Jude's children participating in the program. So what it is the Blooming Bistro. They take kids who are at risk or in the foster care program or maybe in recovery, and they give them on-the-job training through Restaurant Hospitality Institute's training program, and they learn how to, the ins and outs of front of house, back of house. The kids are actually putting together these boards, so it's not just like a chef. They're
Right.
really learning and getting the hands-on experience. And then they eventually, it's a 6-month program, and then they move on and they go and get jobs in quote-unquote the real world.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I've been out there.
So-
They're great people. I really like
Wow.
them. I like, of course, everybody who's involved with that program. But I like the kids. They're great, man. And they're not really kids, and a lot of them are,
Yeah, they're young adults.
Yeah.
They're right, right at the tail end of high school, maybe moving into
Right.
to college time. So
Okay, thank you very much, Rachel. I love that because you've got totally different, even though we hang out in a lot of the same places, you've got a totally different scene and a crawl that you do, and I love it. So thanks so much for sharing that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. I've got a whole list now that I'm going to be hitting up. I've never heard of them. Bloomin' Bistro, that's cool.
So, Andrew,
Yeah.
you're going to do your happy hour report
Yeah.
after the main section, but any place you've eaten in the past week or so that you want to tell us about?
It's been a minute, but I went to Nobu at Virgin Hotel. Virgin
The
Casino.
original.
The original.
Yes.
And I forgot. So I was invited to an industry event around just a few days before F1, which probably shouldn't have gone because I sat in traffic for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I went there.
Fucking Virgin stranded on an island, right?
Right?
In the middle of the track.
And it's like on the other side of the tracks for me, right? So
Yeah.
it's just like, it just took a minute to get there. I almost didn't make it and whatever. So I get to this conference, and of course they're having all the pass-around appetizers on a platter that are just brutal as well. So it's like between the traffic and the crappy appetizers, I was hungry, I was pissed. So I just said, hey, grabbed a bunch of people, so let's go to Nobu. It opens at 6, so we made it there just on time. And of course, I'm not talking about happy hour, but they do have a Tenoshi hour there. It started at 6. Had the Nobu Sea Bass tacos. There's 2 of them, $16. It's on the happy hour, the Tenoshi hour kind of thing. And a bunch of rolls, or $11, salmon, avocado, et cetera, et cetera. So these were pretty damn good.
Sorry, we're getting
more food.
Giving
I
our
love
notes
it.
over here, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was good. I'm happy. It was painful to get there, but it was worth the time.
The original Nobu's great. I mean, obviously, the one at Caesar's Palace is much larger.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. One at Paris is a whole other animal in and of itself. But the original one, man, it's where all the rock stars hung out. Like everybody in the old days when that was ground zero for rock and roll coolness. That's where they all hung out. They've done a little bit of renovating, but not much. It's very similar to what it looked like during its glory days.
Really did. I remember that. It was the Wolf's Den, it was Pink Taco, and it was Nobu. That was the place to hang, if you're a rock star.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to knock out mine really, really quickly, hopefully, because usually the only person interrupting and slowing it down is me.
Yeah.
So
we're going to eat while you do that. This is rad. I love this.
So I visited Chef Hemant Kishore as he was prepping, he was prepping, basically. He was practicing for the opening of his Toddy shop pop-up at Durango Social Club. I tried some very tasty vada, which are chickpea fritters served with coconut chutney. The dish I really loved was the appam and Kerala ishtu, which is a fermented coconut rice cake that you dip into a really delicious stew of root vegetables and coconut. I had a small portion, so I kind of wrapped it. Fucking great. It reminded me, not taste-wise, but it reminded me of dining with injera when you're at a Ethiopian restaurant or something like that. So, this is definitely the affordable pop-up right now that's happening. Hemant's all about a very special kind of Indian food that you don't see all that often. And rather than me trying to explain it, here's Hemant Kishore.
The style of food that I'm doing is basically South Indian bar food. So Toddy shop is a dive bar concept from Kerala, India, where I'm from. So it'll be more like tapas style, small plates, that goes really well with your drinks, beer, cocktails, whatever. And Durango Social has an excellent cocktail program and a nice selection of beers. So this would be an excellent complement.
Who are you going to be working with on the cocktail program? Do you know yet?
We have Eric. I can't remember his last name, but he's Eric. He's from Champagne Bar. He's been at the Champagne Bar for a long time, but he is Durango Social's in-house bartender.
Okay, great, man. So it'll be definitely more of a cocktail thing than it'll be, say, a wine pairing dinner like I had here the other night, right?
Definitely. It'll be cocktail beers, very casual. It's like dive bar vibes. We're trying to bring the culture and cuisine of Kerala to Las Vegas.
Okay, so this starts, by the time people hear this is already going on. It's going on every Thursday, every Friday, till the end of the year, should we say?
Till the end of the year for sure, but probably after that too.
Okay, great, man. So, you talk generally speaking, this is dive bar Indian food from the south of India. What kind of dishes are they, and are they familiar to things that we've already had when we go to our corner Indian restaurant?
The menu is a little bit different. My specialty is the Kerala beef fry. You don't find a lot of beef dishes in Indian restaurants, but the place where I'm from, beef is a staple. And the beef fry is one of the most popular dishes, and I'm very excited for people to try it.
So is this going to be an a la carte menu, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, it'll be a limited menu, but a la carte, and I would like to do specials on and off and, keep it exciting and interesting.
So what are you expecting a check average to be for somebody to come in here? How much should they plan to spend if they just want to have a light dinner and maybe a cocktail or two with it?
Most of my apps are under $10, and the main course, the mains are like $16 to $18, and with a drink, probably $35 per person.
Gotta love that, man. You can't do that. And anybody who says that Vegas is unaffordable just doesn't look in the right places. I've been trying to tell them that.
Yeah. So the concept is it's a common man's dive bar. So I want to keep it approachable and keep it simple and delicious.
How'd you get together with Dan Cromer to do this?
I've known him from being in the industry, but I just heard that he is letting the space out for other chefs to come and do collabs and, do fun things. And I was lucky enough to be here the first,
Okay, so is this going to be a reservation type situation? And what times of nights are they? Where can we make reservations if we need them? Will walk-ins be welcome? All that stuff.
Yeah, no reservations. It'll be walk-ins only, pretty much. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it very casual and, fun and exciting.
Dinner only?
Dinner only.
Okay, cool. So what time will dinner be starting most nights, on most Thursdays and Fridays?
6 to 9. Oh, sorry, my bad. 5 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 to 9, Thursday and Friday.
Okay, great, man. Well, Chef, what else do we need to let people know about this, man? Is there anything really important that I didn't get to yet?
This is food and spices that you've really not tasted before, unless you've come to one of my pop-ups, which I've been doing since 2016, as you know.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried it, it's exciting. It's a burst of flavors, and it's not the typical Indian food that you might think of, and it's believe it or not, there's a lot of vegan, gluten-free. I think 99% of my menu is gluten-free, and there's a couple of vegan dishes too, which you'll be surprised that it's vegan.
You'll be surprised that it's vegan. I'm not surprised that you have vegan dishes, though. But yes, I know the stuff that you make that's vegan, it would not. You don't have to be a vegan to enjoy it.
Oh, no, not at all. It's vegan just because we use a lot of coconut milk instead of cream, and we use lentils and rice instead of wheat and flour. So that's what makes it gluten-free and vegan.
Sue and I dined at High Steaks the night before Thanksgiving, man. First of all, let's start with, I love the space, right? We were at Friends and Family already, but this was a full meal, and they had everything on the menu, and they had they're kicking, man. They know what they're doing already.
Yeah.
This early in. The patio is gorgeous. I mean, ever since Vetri closed, I don't know where you're going to get more of an all-encompassing view. Hopefully, they'll be seating people on the patio soon.
Yeah.
Well, not soon, but come springtime, I would think. But I love the way the place is laid out. It just feels like an old Vegas steakhouse. It's way up in the sky. It's got Jerry Misko paintings. Everything about it I really dig. The service was outstanding. I didn't know a lot of the people who were working that night. Normally it's a bunch of people that have been serving me for 100 years, but everything was fucking outstanding. They were really attentive. I loved it. Food-wise, they have that dill bread they start with the mustard.
Oh my God, that dill bread.
Dipping. Oh, it's so good, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
What?
And it's free.
Okay.
Which I love. A lobster chowder. I was a little confused by that one, but I ordered it, and man, I like it. A really nice walk in the line between a lobster bisque with that kind of little sweetness that comes in from the sherry and all that, and then just a normal great like clam chowder, right, with the potatoes and all of that sort of stuff, and the thinner broth. So really cool. A little lobster-shaped pastry on top that once you mix that in, then it almost, it's got a whole other thing going on. Don't snooze on the lobster chowder. Also, some great onion soup that Sue ordered. I would not turn you away from that, but I would put you towards the lobster chowder. Their fried chicken is insane. It's a massive half of a Mary's chicken. It is smoked like crazy. It's super crispy. I think there's some kick in the breading. I know there's also a Calabrian chili sauce that comes with it. There's gravy for dipping it in if you want, or pouring it right on. Amazing to me. Well, first of all, Mary's chicken is great, and a half of one is like you ordered a 10-piece from fucking KFC, except it's good, right? Like, imagine if that was good. But it comes to the table. It's massive. We had leftovers forever from it. But they leave the entire chicken foot and leg on the leg. So the leg comes to you kind of giving you the finger with the little fried chicken foot. I mean, I don't know if that was their intention, but I love it.
That was just for you, man.
Yeah.
It's Al Mancini special.
Yeah.
Sue had a boar chop. And this is like when you're not really thrilled with your dish, but it's 100% your fault, not their fault. We love game meat. We've already done the venison there. We've already done, what else did we do there? We did something else there that was really, really fucking good. I don't generally like chops. So the two we haven't had were the elk chop and the boar chop. I don't like chops. I'm sure a butcher will correct me, but for me, there's always more of a cap of that fat that I'm interested in. And, I'm just not one of these guys that cleans gnaws the bone, right? So chops just don't do it for me. But even though it was for Sue, I just told them however the chef recommends it, that's how we like it. Well, that was really a mistake. They sent it out super rare. And there's sort of a history with me in that place of getting things overcooked. So I don't know if they were doing that, but super rare. And we did ask for it because rare pork, even rare wild boar, is different texturally and just mentally than eating raw. I mean, we'll eat raw. I've eaten raw chicken. I've eaten raw beef. None of it bothers me. But Sue was just not loving it. So we said, could you mind throwing it on the fire a little longer? They had no problem with that. Came out. It was perfect. We enjoyed it. Sides was a Louis gratin or a gratin, however you want to pronounce that. A little casserole of crab and artichoke. It was a good dish. I just didn't quite see it, right? I was like, okay, I don't know. I couldn't grasp it as a whole concept. It was a little too liquidy for me. I don't know. Just wasn't my thing.
You made it sound fancy. Louis Vuitton, Louis gratin.
Louis gratin, yes. So, yeah, well, because of crab Louis, right? You got crab in there and you've got the artichoke. I'm sorry. I said artichoke casserole. What I meant was asparagus. Right, so it's the crab and the asparagus. That's where I'm being stupid here. Sorry, James. So that was good, but I wouldn't order that again. I would always order the mac and cheese, which is just fucking phenomenal. Sue's a mac and cheese junkie. She says like this may be the best mac and cheese she's ever had in her life. Of course, she was stoned and eating it at the time, but that helps. But anyway, beyond that. High stakes is great. Go. Prices are great. Service is great. Food is great. Be prepared that the rest of the Rio is not as renovated as High Stakes is. So when you're on your way walking up there, you may be going, what am I getting myself into? Trust me, once you get up there, you'll see they know what they're doing. The place looks great.
High Stakes definitely levels up the Rio.
Yeah, by far. Local spots, Carmine's for pizza this week, Evolve for lunch. That's it for me. Coming up, we're going to have Andrew Morgan giving us a live happy hour report and share the news, which includes John Arena talking about closing one Metro Pizza location and bringing something new to the Bend. But first, as promised, our hosts for the afternoon will be joining us to tell us about what's happening here at Dupar's in the Suncoast. This is Food and Loathing. Welcome back. And yes, as promised, we have Chris Nicholson, who has been bringing us food through the first portion of this endeavor. And now he is sitting with us. We're going to be eating food. Chris he just brought out the piece de resistance, the pancakes. But Chris, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us, man. This is great. This loco. Okay, let's do a little.
Yeah.
Let's do a little post-mortem, as they say. We haven't done the pancakes. We're going to do that with you in a second. But loco moco. Thoughts, everybody?
Delicious.
Oh yeah, hands down, best loco moco.
Yep.
Kind of thinking outside the box a little bit, huh?
I mean,
coming to Dupar's.
And is this the portion you would get?
That is the portion you get.
It is massive.
That is
That's
freaking huge. Yeah.
That's like 4 meals for me.
Okay.
it is big. It's like it's like a rice dish with a hamburger with some eggs.
Some eggs.
Right?
Yes.
Like it's breakfast,
They gave us
lunch.
the whole cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise, the eggs running in it. Oh, it's so beautiful.
How big's
Cool.
that patty?
It's going to be 8 ounces.
It's a serious fucking dish, man.
Yeah.
Again, this is not a dish that I order very often, but I enjoyed it. The really nice kick from the pepper in there. Is it black pepper?
Cracked black pepper.
Yeah,
Some
man.
butcher cracked black pepper. Yep.
Yeah, I like that kick. Okay, so now we've got the Chinese chicken salad, right? Which is this a throwback to like Wolfgang Puck's time
Exactly.
in Las Vegas?
Exactly. That's why we did it. Kind of bring it back, diner style. It's just an awesome salad.
Did you ever work for Chef Puck?
I never have.
No, but you're a big Chinois chicken salad
Yes.
fan.
Yeah. That's it. That's the
This
reason why
is
we
as
did
good
it.
as anything I ever had in a Puck restaurant.
Cool.
So
Cool. Awesome.
You're
Thanks.
hitting it.
Yeah, we just wanted to bring something kind of like everybody would
Yeah.
recognize it. You know it. You come in, you eat it. It's great. It's got good flavors.
Also huge.
Huge.
Like between the loco moco and the salad, this is like you could feed. This is Thanksgiving right here.
Yep.
Yeah, this whole thing is just massive. Okay, so now, Chris, because we got to eat these when they're hot, and then
Yes.
we'll ask you all the questions.
Yes.
You brought out the signature item. This is what Dupar's was known for in California. This is what Dupar's was known for when they opened in Vegas. This is what is on the marquee
Yes.
in front of the Suncoast right now as you drive down the road is fucking pancakes.
Yes.
It doesn't say fucking because I'm not in charge of marquees, but pancakes are back. So
Yes.
what makes these pancakes so special,
So,
Chef?
it's
And I'm going to
literally-
just reach over and grab
Yeah,
some
go for
piece.
it. It's literally the recipe from 1938. It has not changed. So it's just, they're just awesome. Clarified butter. Can't tell you the other stuff that we do because it's kind of
But
specific
you
to
actually
us.
let this rise, right?
Yes, we let it rise. It's just, the whole process has not changed since 1938.
How long do you let pancake dough or batter rise?
We do it 24 hours.
Really?
Yep.
God, that's more than half the pizza people in this town are willing to do for their pizza.
But
Right.
look, I mean, look how fluffy they are, huh? And the taste is.
They're fluffy. They're beautiful. I'm just
Yeah.
reaching out and eating these
Yeah,
with
just
my
eat 'em,
hands.
just
Man,
go.
I'm just
Man.
pouring a piece off.
Just go.
Here's some various syrups for
Yeah,
dipping
we got
if
some
you
warm
want
syrup
that.
and some clarified butter.
Yeah.
These are really good. They're really fluffy.
Oh, man.
I like the crisp on the outside and very fluffy on the inside. I mean, kind of hard to describe pancakes because everybody knows what pancakes taste like, but imagine your pancakes, but a lot fucking better.
There you go.
Exactly.
And it's all you can eat up until December 9th right
was
now. For
gonna-
$9.99, you can come in and eat as many as you want.
Oh my
so
gosh.
But Andrew was saying the
Yeah.
other day, like, he can't even finish a basic order, right? How
No.
much is a basic order the rest of the year?
2.
You get 2 pancakes.
You get 2 pancakes.
And what's the
For
price
hot
on
Vegas?
that?
The hot Vegas, you get 3, just like this. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what you can do. Come on down.
I mean, exactly right. So it's like it's a deal.
It's
It
a
is.
deal.
It's like all you can eat pancakes,
for
but you
$9.99.
can't finish one because
Yeah.
they're so freaking big.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that can finish it.
Is there
sounds
gonna
like a
be
challenge.
Yeah.
An eating competition for the pancakes anytime soon?
Right?
You know, just stay tuned. We might do something. We're thinking of some stuff for next year, and let's just see what happens.
No. I
I'm all about it.
I always say I'm not a big pancake fan.
Yeah.
I always say I tried so long to be a big pancake fan.
Yeah.
I never really liked them.
Yeah.
And then I found out every time I went to a pancake restaurant, I
Yep.
was ordering them with more and more fucking candy in them in order to try to get myself to like them. And then I realized I could just go out and eat candy if I
Yep.
wanted to. So I don't order pancakes very often, but I would order these. I would split an order of these.
Yeah, you
with
could split 'em for
everyone I
sure.
know, but it would be it's pretty fucking good. What are the 3 syrups you brought out?
So it's just 2 syrups, and then we have clarified butter.
Okay.
Butter.
Cool.
So
Now you used to have a raspberry or boysenberry syrup.
we did, yes.
Oh.
We also have some strawberry jam that we make in the back.
Maybe
that
that's
you can
what
get that as well.
Okay.
That's another staple of Dupar's as well.
It is because I when I was here every time I come, it's like, oh, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, are you sure?
We have it in the
and
back.
then they find something that,
Yes.
that is really
And
good.
we
so-
have it. It comes with our toast as well now. So it's a jam that we make in house, fresh, and you get it with every breakfast.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Chef, we are here today, and actually, you want to jump in on the pancakes, Rachel, before I start asking other questions?
Oh no, they're delicious. They're a little spongy and
Yep.
yeah. It's almost I know it's baked all the way through, but it kind of reminds me of like when you got that cookie that was not not fully baked.
Yes.
The-
Okay.
The texture, but I mean it's so. Oh.
Go to my 7-Eleven. They do sugar cookies that way, by the way, if anybody wants that. Okay, Chef. So the reason that we came here originally, the reason I came and did my last interview with you and we scheduled this is because Dupar's just reopened after a
Correct.
big remodel.
Yep.
So we spoke a bit with people from the casino about that a couple of weeks ago, but what can you tell us about it? Like, what did you guys do?
So basically, we just remodeled the whole interior, kept it old school style with pictures on the outside of when the Dupar's was originally formed in California, and just kind of gave it a little modern twist and kept the food kind of signature to Dupar's to stay true to the tradition of Dupar's. Just because you got to be a little innovative in this industry a little bit, upscale.
Yeah.
And you can see the restaurant to me is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful restaurant. Just kind of what we're going with at the Suncoast right now, just
Yeah.
updating everything in the Suncoast.
I was going to say this is one of a few rooms or places within Suncoast that's
Correct.
getting the update. You got the sports book.
Correct.
You've got William B's that just
William
got
B's,
a
the
big
steakhouse,
face.
yeah, which Rich loves, and so many people I know are like, "Why haven't you? When do you go to?" I'm like, I don't go to steakhouses very often. They're like, you got to get to William B's, right?
So yeah, I actually was brought in to open William B's 2 years ago, and I think that's where we met the first time we
Grand
met on the
opening
grand
night,
opening
yeah.
and stuff like that. And William B's is just awesome. It's just a passion of mine. and that restaurant to me is as good as any steakhouse in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's
one of
a hidden gem.
It's one of 3 amazing happy hours because you got the seafood
Yes.
tower kind
Yep.
of thing going on there. That
You
is
do a
amazing.
seafood tower at your happy hour?
Seafood tower happy hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what
yeah.
are the details?
It's $45.
So it's $45, right? I bring in everything fresh. Maine lobster that comes in. I got the Maris crab legs, the shrimp, the tiger shrimp that's in there. I got the scallops from Hudson Valley, and then just nice a curry butter that goes into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
A
hard.
café de Paris is my version or our version of a café de Paris butter.
It is. It's hard to find a seafood tower less than $100 in this town.
$45 from four to 6.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. What are your steak prices over at William B's?
They range anywhere from a low end of like $52 all the way up to, if you want a large format, for $189.
$52, man. That's
It's a
pretty
steak
beautiful.
frites.
Okay.
10-ounce steak frites prime with some truffle fries.
Yeah, you gotta love that, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is a deal. I always tell people, like, don't even expect to buy a steak on the strip unless you want to spend $80 to $100 for the
exactly.
cheapest steak that they have. So,
Yep.
and you don't have to drive to the strip to get here.
You don't, and you can it's right in our lounge. So if you're in the lounge, you can get that steak in the lounge or in the dining room. So
Yeah. And they put like $2 million or something into the
I'm not even sure about the money. That's not me.
You weren't writing the check.
I didn't pay for
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't me. It was not me, so I have no clue about that.
Point is, it's gorgeous in there. It's
Yeah,
cool.
thanks.
It's impressive, man.
Big open
Yeah.
kitchen in the back, right?
Yeah, huge open
Yeah.
kitchen in the back. I mean, we got a lot of room. I got some great cooks that we hired to start it, and they're
Yeah.
still here. And they every night put out the numbers. It's awesome, man. It's really cool.
And is Jeffrey still on the bar?
Jeffrey is on the bar, but he's also in other areas in the casino as well.
Okay.
Yep.
He's my man. He's great.
Nice.
I love Jeff.
Yeah, he's
Hilarious.
cool.
Okay, so we're talking about Dupars, and I'm going to get back to a little bit of history on that soon. But now
Yeah.
that we're on the topic of this entire resort, we mentioned William B's,
Mm-hmm.
we mentioned the sports book. You have an Asian restaurant in here,
Taste of
right?
Asia, yep.
Taste of Asia, which is. I've known the owner since she was over
Carrie?
at her and her husband at
Yep.
the time owned Ping Pang
Yes.
Pong, right? Which is just kind of a gold standard for
Yes.
off-strip
Yes.
like dim sum and
Yes.
certain other dishes
Yeah.
in Las Vegas.
Yep.
So when you have that pedigree and you come out to the burbs, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yes, and you know what? It's Chef Wang here, the chef in Taste of Asia. The dim sum is incredible. People don't understand what's literally at their doorstep. They're being handmade in the back every single day.
Yeah.
So it's just a really awesome restaurant.
And I'm going to be covering Taste of Asia in my happy hour report. So
Are you?
I'm going to bite my tongue. I'm not going to say anything about it. You keep going because
Yeah.
it is. I can't
I
say
mean,
good enough.
Yeah,
good things
because
about it.
it's like I said, it's just another hidden gem that is
Yeah.
in your back door. People that are around
Yeah.
here don't realize. Every day I'm watching 2 of his prep cooks make dim sum fresh. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this total renovation is great in this place, and there's another nearby casino that's been renovating their restaurant program as well.
We know, we know.
But the reason I say that is because, you used to think Tivoli Village across the street and Boca Park,
Yep.
those were the real centers,
Yep.
and they still have some fantastic restaurants in them.
Yes.
But I never really felt an excuse to venture into the casinos on this side of town.
Yeah.
And now I'm finding myself with more and more reasons to. You
Well,
know,
that's
you
cool,
guys.
though.
How long's this renovation been going?
It's been going since the beginning of this year. So it started earlier this year. So it'll be done probably, I would say, in the next 8 months to 9 months, maybe a year.
What other plans do you have?
For inside of the
Inside of the
I
resort.
can't really speak about that. but, yeah.
Don't worry, nobody listens to this podcast.
Yes, they
I
do.
know.
Everybody listens to this podcast. Come
We'll
on.
push mute. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, that's
But a few more projects?
a few more projects coming and stuff like that. Some QSR restaurants we're going to have in here that are going to be pretty exciting. The bingo that just reopened, I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at that. Today is Power Bingo. There's roughly about 300 people over there. We had it yesterday
Oh my
and
gosh.
today. And that's another, if you like bingo.
I played Drunken Bingo a
Yeah,
couple
have
times.
you?
And,
Okay.
there's only like one place. I think we had to go up to Aliante. I think it was the last place that still had paper cards.
Gotcha.
Right? So you were
Yeah,
still
everybody's
marking
in
them
the-
because everything is
Yes.
electronic
Yeah,
these
everything's
days, right? So you
electronic, correct.
basically don't even have to pay the fucking attention,
You
man.
don't.
You just go in. I mean, you get drunk or do whatever
Yeah.
it is
Exactly.
you're doing. You have a good time. If there's a game that you're
Yep.
following, a football game, whatever, doesn't get in the way
Yeah.
because they just tell
Exactly.
you what's being pulled.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get the drinks in there. I put some food in there as well, so you can have some, warm pretzels. You can have some Nathan hot dogs in there.
Oh,
I got
nice.
fresh donuts coming in every day.
All right.
So it's a little bit different, right? You get nachos with some cheese. So you kind of get a little bit of a bar food, snack food, free drinks, and then just let it roll.
Cool.
And sorry, you said fresh donuts coming in every day. Is
Every
it the
day.
same here?
It is.
Because I mean,
Yes.
my daughter comes in here and she's like,
Same
it's like
donut.
Christmas, right? It's
Yep.
like, whoa, look at
Yep.
the size of these
It's the
things.
same donuts. If they're out here, you can just go over there and grab them.
Okay.
And play some bingo.
Play some bingo.
Or bowling. I don't.
Or bowling.
I love the bowling.
If you want to go bowling, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Just don't get any donut in the ball holes.
you
Wash
said,
your hands.
You said
in between.
ball hole.
Ball hole. Don't be such a ball hole. Chef, I've always wondered this, and it's a question that doesn't sound nice when I ask it, but I
Yeah.
don't mean it in a negative way. And this is not about this resort.
Correct.
It's about, I'm asking a question about resorts in general. Do you guys just have a checklist? Like, we need the Italian, we need the steakhouse, we need the Pan Asian. Nobody really knows what to do about three
Yeah, I
meal
mean-
deal. But how much, for any corporate executive chef and vice president of food and beverage and the people
Yeah.
who make those decisions, like, how much do you just want to make sure you hit all the boxes that people expect in a casino? And how much do you say, well, we're going to go outside those boxes?
It's hard to answer that because we're all the same, right? It seems like we all want to be able to cater to everybody's needs, but the specifics, everybody likes Italian steakhouses, some bar food, a good diner, and some Chinese food, right? It's kind of the staple that we all kind of grew up eating, right?
Mexican. There's
Yeah,
always,
so we just, we're kind of going outside the box here at Boyd, I think, and some of our QSRs that were our quick service
By that, you mean
restaurants.
quick service
Yeah, the
restaurants,
quick service
yes.
restaurants. I think you should look at those, and I think it's awesome with Boyd because they kind of look outside the box a little bit. They maintain, what a casino does, but we kind of look at other avenues as well.
Is Mr. Boyd still alive?
Which one?
The younger,
several.
the young. I don't know. And then I used to go get. I mean, the reason I'm asking this is I used to go get my haircuts in one of his casinos, and my head shaved when I first moved to Vegas, the sides. And then, but a certain time I couldn't make the reservation because he had to go in and get his
Gotcha.
haircut, and it was like nobody could be
Gotcha.
in here when
Priorities.
he's here, you know. So
that's
I think Boyd just celebrated their 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 50th anniversary. So.
wow. Okay, so history of Dupars. How much of it have you been educated on, and how much can you share about? Like, I want to know why it was so popular. Was this popular, like when you guys decided to bring it out here? Was this something that was nostalgic in California, or was it something that people are still going out, like at 3 in the
People are
morning
still-
after the
yes.
night at the clubs
So
in LA or
Yep,
something?
Yeah, if you see the one, it still has the same plate in LA that has the Dupars red logo on the white plate. I mean, it's still busy. It's still
Man,
popular.
very cool.
Yeah,
very
it's a staple. So, and you went to Golden Gate, right? When it was at the
Yeah.
Golden Gate. So, I mean, that's a generation as well. So,
That,
Yeah.
that was my hang for many years working on Fremont Street Experience there.
yeah. So, I would say yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's still happening. Okay,
Still
that's good to
happening.
know.
And Golden Gate's a Boyd property, isn't it?
No, that's
No.
Derek Stevens.
no.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. My bad.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
Mr. Boyd.
You can't keep up with everything these days, right?
It can
Who's
be
buying who?
rough.
You know.
What's your background, chef?
Oh man. So, yeah, I just got in this industry because I love cooking, man. And before that, I was actually executive recruiter for a bank.
Really?
And yeah, it's kind of a unique thing, right? And then through my travels through Hawaii, Wisconsin, Vegas, I landed here at Boyd, and they've just kind of believed in me, and here I am, the property chef. It's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Yeah,
So this was your first chef job
as a
as an executive chef, as a property
Yeah,
chef.
so
right.
I mean, I've been in town since 2002, but I've been doing this for probably about a little over a decade and a half.
Where else would I have eaten your food over those years?
Well, I was just a cook.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. You made food.
I was at the Eiffel Tower.
okay.
Yeah. There was many places. Herbs and Rye. I spent a time there
Nice.
too.
Herbs and Rye.
Yeah, Herbs and Rye was the best back then. It was probably the funnest time to be in a kitchen, I think.
Cool.
Our kitchen life has changed a little bit,
Yeah.
So-
like you're not allowed to yell at people as
At
much,
all.
and you're not allowed
It's a
to
li- yeah,
do
it's a
as
little
much
PC
cocaine
now,
as
isn't
you
it?
used to be.
I'm not saying nothing.
Go back to being an executive recruiter then. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I love it here at Boyd. They believe in me. I opened the restaurant, and they gave me this opportunity to, take care of all the other restaurants. So
Cool. Who are some of the other chefs on your we talked about Carrie next door and
Correct.
her chef, of course. Any other people that we should name check here?
yeah,
that
Chef
really deserve
Alvin Ortinez, he's the room chef here that manages Dupars, and he was at Golden Gate back when it was down there as well. So
Okay.
he's very passionate. He's from Hawaii. The other chefs are Chef Michael Lachey. He's the sous chef, and he's from Hawaii as well. And half of
The
our
loco
yeah,
moco,
yeah.
that's
So
right.
that's why you see some
Loud
of
and
the
proud.
we got some great island favorites on the menu as well. Yeah.
Cool. I just had a question that just totally went out of my brain there. So somebody else, quick, ask a question while I'm trying to remember.
So I was curious to know what we were
Yeah.
doing in Wisconsin.
So I was working for the Hyatt
Okay.
there in.
Like in Madison or?
No, I was in Green Bay.
Okay.
So I got a chance to see NFL teams that were visiting, which is kind of a unique thing. So I just wanted to see what it was like to cook in the Midwest, right? And boy, was it a culture shock. I mean, it was like a step back in time, and all of a sudden there's these fish fry Fridays, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've never
and-
even been curious what it's like
No?
to be in the Midwest, let alone live or
I mean,
cook.
I love Wisconsin. I
I
don't know
mean,
about you, but
it was cool. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I got to experience some things that being in Vegas and on the West Coast the majority of my life.
Yeah.
It was just a culture shock. Ice fishing. I never thought I would do ever, but I did it for
Well, that's just
like
an
6
excuse-
hours, and I left because
an
it was
excuse to
so
drink
cool.
beer. I mean,
yeah, we
you
drink
know.
beer all the time.
I drink-
There's literally a bar at
I
every
always like
single
drinking
corner.
beer in warm environments,
Yeah?
not out on a piece of ice.
Well,
man.
Yeah, it
You
was.
go
it
to
was
the little
cool, though.
hut, right?
You go to a
It's got
little
the-
hut. You
Oh,
crank
no.
a little hole
So
in
not
there.
for
And you
me.
got
I'm a
got a bunch
concierge
of
guy,
beer.
man.
And,
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
no.
was cool.
Oh, that's funny.
I know what I wanted to ask you about. This is open 24 hours, right?
Correct. 24 hours. Yep.
That is kind of unheard of. We were talking about checking the boxes. In
Yeah.
the old days when I lived in Las Vegas, and when I moved to Las Vegas, I should say,
Yeah.
every casino had their 3-meal restaurant, and most of them were open 24 hours
Yes.
a day. You don't find that very often.
No.
Most of those have been converted into breakfast or breakfast lunch spots. A lot of places are doing they use their buffet for that,
Yep.
breakfast lunch. But out here, because you would think on Las Vegas boulevards where you would want a 24-hour, and we don't see a lot of them here. Why out in the burbs do we need 24 hours?
We got to have everybody, right? Everybody has to have an opportunity to
Yeah.
have some food outside of the strip, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we do it,
It's also the industry work.
It's industry workers as
Yeah.
well, coming home or whatever. They want to eat at Dupars, come into Dupars.
Yeah.
Is that it? Do you get a lot of people leaving their shifts on the strip and they're coming here at the end of the night?
We have a lot of regulars, that come in here. So
Well, Chef, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
We're going to continue trying to eat this.
Yes.
But I really appreciate your time, your hospitality,
welcome.
everything, man. Coming up, we're going to have Andrew Morgan with his live happy hour report and the news. This is Food and Loathing.
Need a restaurant recommendation? Then you need Neon Feast, the most convenient, most comprehensive, and most trustworthy collection of Las Vegas restaurant recommendations on the internet. Veteran food journalist Al Mancini, whom you might remember from, listening to this podcast, asked the city's top chefs, restaurateurs, critics, journalists, and influencers for their favorite spots in more than 100 categories. Why take the advice of an anonymous online wannabe or a paid influencer? Neon Feast will tell you where people in the industry send their family and friends for a great date night, to watch a big game, or get a taste of Old Vegas. Looking for a great steakhouse? You want a great burger? Maybe a little caviar? Need a place in Summerlin South, the Arts District, or Seven Hills? Las Vegas brings the neon. Local foodies provide the feast at neonfeast.com or the Neon Feast mobile app.
And we're back, and as promised, a happy hour report live from Dupars from our own Andrew Morgan of Happy Hour Vegas. Andrew, you've been with us, so I'm not going to welcome you, but we need you in your wheelhouse right now.
Yeah, I got to put down the loco moco.
For those who don't know Andrew, he is the creator of Happy Hour Vegas. It is the definitive guide to where you can find happy hour deals in Las Vegas. He's got a shit ton of them over there, 400 or 500. He's going to tell you. He always has the exact count. How many do you have, Andrew?
Today, 478.
478. You count them every day?
I pretty much do. It's like, it's like my bank account. I'm like, oh, I got 478.
Like
we had a few drop. Actually, you were mentioning Beer Zombies, for example. They left Summerlin, but I didn't know they opened in Boulder City. So there you go.
There you go.
That's nice.
Okay, so what are you going to tell us about today?
So, we're on property, but that's not the reason why I want to talk about Taste of Asia. And we were just talking about that with Chris.
Please. I think I like that it's in the theme, man.
It happened to be that you and I were at Las Vegas Advisor last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we had that question: is there a good Chinese food happy hour?
Yes, that's right.
And we were both looking at each other, going like, "Fuck, there's good happy hours in Chinatown, but can't think of off the top of my head." And I had here we go. I did some digging, and yes, Taste of Asia, probably one of the best, if not the best, Chinese happy hours in Las Vegas.
Okay, so give me some details. What do you get there?
So first of all, it's $5.
What days? What times? How much?
So happy hours every day, including weekends,
Oh.
3 to 6 p.m. So just after lunch, before dinner, great. Except Mondays. Mondays, I think they're closed. So 6 days a week. But and the best part about it is everything on the happy hour menu is $5, and it has been for the last year and a bit since they launched their happy hour, and still is. And then you're gonna love this one because it is New York City style Chinese food.
I like that.
You got the Lazy Susan in the middle that you can spin around, and all the sauces and everything like that. So it's pretty good. But the go-tos there for me, $5 again. Popcorn chicken. It's like one of those little baskets of fried salty goodness that you're just like, fuck, this is
Love
so
it.
good. I love it. Scallion pancake.
Now, see, that's where I get really picky because New York takeout scallion pancakes are a beast of their own, man.
I know. That's why I mentioned it. It holds its own. For sure. It's good. Highly recommend. It's
Because
I've
ordered some takeout my first year or two in Vegas. They fucking show up at my door.
Yeah.
First of all, okay, back in the old days, you used to have to call restaurants, right? No.
Yeah.
First of all, you call the restaurant and no accent with the person who answered the phone. Then you're the English-speaking delivery guy showed up at my door. And then they didn't have the little paper containers. They were in styrofoam. And then my fucking scallion pancake was nothing like I wanted it to be. And I was like, I'm not doing Chinese takeout in Las Vegas anymore.
Yeah, it's right out of the microwave. I hear you on that one.
But so Taste of Asia right here.
Taste of Asia, yeah. Crab Rangoon.
Oh, yeah.
When was the last time you had crab rangoon?
I mean, honestly, I could tell you I had it at a couple pop-ups where some people were honoring their heritage by making that. But no, it's basically cream cheese and some fucking fried wontons.
Exactly.
They pretend there's crab in there, right?
Exactly.
I'm sure here they put real crab in, but the places I got it from New York, there was never any crab.
It was pretty good, actually. I like it at Taste of Asia. And besides, I can't think of, out of all the 478 happy hour menus that I'm familiar with, none of them have a fucking crab rangoon for $5 on there for sure. So,
and if you do, call us right now.
Exactly. Call the hotline, the happy hour hotline. Of course, Chinese beer, Ting Tao and all the relatives there. Mimosas, everything's $5. So really, good deal. And like Chef Chris was saying, everything's renovated in here. It's all clean. It's new. Great parking, all that good stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Anything else you want to hit for a happy hour report?
Honestly, I am behind between Thanksgiving and F1 has been freaking busy. But this week and most of next week, I'm checking out a few what I'm calling chef-driven happy hours. So, you and I were talking about this. We were talking about Ellie Parker over at Main Street Provisions, Dan Cromer at Other Mama. No surprise, Vegas has some freaking knockout chefs, knockout restaurants, and putting a short list together of the ones that have happy hours, so you can try them out. Very, very cool. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Andrew's here every week, so you're going to want to tune in and get his happy hour report. And also make sure that you go to happyhourvegas.com. Pronto, yeah. So it's time for the news right now. Hey, Rachel, you want to help me do the news?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have you written in for a couple stories here, so I would appreciate that. Let's start with Metro Pizza. I think I caused a lot of speculation when I reposted a John Arena photo showing some construction on a slice shop he's working on and mentioning the closure of their East Tropicana location. My report really wasn't fully informed. It was a repost with me kind of guessing what was happening. And a lot of people went on to make some assumptions. I think there was some confusion that set in. When that happens, there's no better way than to go to the source. And I always want to speak with John Arena, because John Arena, we can talk food, we can talk pizza, and next thing you know, we're either talking politics or religion or philosophy, and not in the way that people do it today, where they throw shit at each other, but like, he's just a really wise man. I called him the Yoda of pizza many, many years ago in an article, and I think it's stuck. A lot of other people call him that. So when you don't know what the hell's happening with John Arena, you just get him on the fucking show. I joined him at the Bend this week for a construction tour of the Sliceteria by Metro Pizza and lunch at Evolve Brewing. And that's where he explained everything going on in the Metro Pizza world.
We're closing the Tropicana location. It had basically, we were on that corridor for 37 years, and a lot of our customers moved out to the edges, further to the edges of the city,
Yeah.
and we needed to move to where they were. So, in addition, we're creating a new concept, what I call a destination slice shop, which has become all the rage, and I think there's a lot of opportunity to experiment with new menu items and really zero in on the things that have happened in the pizza world over the last decade or so. And we're here in Evolve, and that's the watchword, right?
Yeah.
Evolve.
Okay, so let's talk about Tropicana, because you've had that location for a long time. It was over by UNLV. And just give people a bit of the history. I want to remind people how long you've been in Las Vegas, how many locations you've had over the years, and how rooted you are in some of these communities.
Well, our first location was on Flamingo and Sandhill. That opened in 1980. It was called the Original New York Pizza. Our first Metro Pizza, which was opened on Flamingo and Decatur in 1986, is still open. So that one's our oldest existing location. The second Metro Pizza was on Trop and Eastern. And then the third Metro Pizza was the one that we closed what we did was we built our own building when we were able to do that in 1988. And that's the location that we just closed. But a 37-year run in the same neighborhood,
Yeah.
in restaurant world, that's unheard of.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, especially in a city as young as Las Vegas, right? Maybe you go to New York and you see some places that have been around that long. But in a city that's as new and as changing as Las Vegas, that is amazing. And of course, you've seen all those neighborhoods change, right?
Yeah, of course. Neighborhoods change and demographics change. The customer wants and dining habits and desires change. And if you're sensitive to that, you change with them.
Okay, so you just told me something I didn't know, and that is that was your building that you built over there. So if that's your building, does that mean you're going to take another project into that location, or is that just out of the Metro equation for now?
What we elected to do was to sell the building. We sold it a year ago, and we were actually tenants in a building that we used to own, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And the people that we sold it to turned around and sold it again, and they sold it to a family that wants to operate an Indian restaurant in the building. So when it was time for our lease to be renewed, they didn't renew it.
Okay, cool. So it was not like you were forced out of there because of bad business, things like that. It's a standard evolution of business in Las Vegas, and it makes absolute sense. And I love that you are going to the places where you know your customers are. I think that's why what you're doing up in Centennial Hills is so fantastic. So talk to me about this slice concept that you're doing. What's it called? Where's it going to be located?
Well, the new slice location is called Metro Pizza Sliceteria, and it's more counter service, more display, a very wide variety of pizza styles. Some of the things that we don't do now, like Roman style, Detroit style, grandma, things that that we know we can execute, but we hadn't because they didn't fit in with all of the things that we were doing in the giant full-serve Metro pizzas. We want to really focus in on the exciting things that have happened in the pizza world in the last couple of years. Places like Linda Street, places like Mama's too in New York, that are doing incredible varieties of pizza at a really high level. So we wanted to focus on that, and it's hard sometimes for our customers to accept that we have other things in our toolbox. And sometimes you actually have to completely reinvent yourself in a new venue to make that work. Truly Pizza was an example of that.
Right.
You know, Chris was constantly experimenting with things at Metro Pizza that were at a very high level, and people weren't trying them
Right.
because it wasn't what we were known for.
Yeah.
Then we moved to California and we opened this place that is just, the business volume is incredible and the reception internationally has been remarkable, but we had to go somewhere else in order to make it work.
Yeah, there's some stuff in the Bible about that, but I'm not going to quote the Bible. But yes, I mean, it is so much that you're not going to be recognized for your most original work at a place where people have known you forever.
Right, and you know, eventually, you know, people talk about pizza as an art form. Every artist gets tired of playing their greatest hits.
Yeah.
You know, let's do something different. Let's try. You know, let's allow me to evolve, which means also allow me to sometimes fail.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's part of evolution, is trying new things and seeing what works. So where is Sliceateria by Metro Pizza going to be located?
The first location is going to be at the Bend, across from Evolve.
Okay. Right where we are right now, by the way, coincidentally. I record in here a lot.
Yeah, and it's a great location. There's a lot of exciting things going on here. I'm excited about the steakhouse that's going in.
Yeah.
You know,
So what are we looking at for a possible opening date?
we'll be open by the end of January. We're coming along fast.
Wow, that's amazing. So just before I let you go, let's talk about the slice concept. Let's talk about, because you know, we know your friend Tony Gemini is going all over the country. He's opening slice houses. You're now launching a slice concept. I remember the days when if a pizzeria sold pizza by the slices, you kind of thought it probably wasn't that great of a pizzeria. And all the really good ones, you know, you went in, you bought a whole pie. Clearly that is changing, if my impression was ever the truth.
To a certain extent, your impression was true, especially, you know, if you opened up a pizzeria on Broadway and 42nd Street, you know, it was a pizza by the slice operation. If you opened a pizzeria next to CBGB, you know, it was a convenience. People went there typically because that's what they were near. They needed something to eat that was fast.
Yeah.
They went in, they grabbed it, and they took off down the street. Pizzerias were location focused. They had to be in a high traffic area, a slice pizzeria.
Right.
And in recent years, the idea of a pizzeria being a destination for slices evolved, and it changed the landscape. Because now it's no longer necessary to be in a location that's going to have 10,000 people an hour walking past it. You draw people in by being so good that people want to travel to get what you're offering. So good, so unique, at such a high level in terms of diversity.
It's interesting to me that, you know, I was growing up, and I'm an old guy, all pizza places delivered. But it was the young teenage kid. It was me and my friends half the time driving our cars around delivering pizzas. There was no insurance hang up. There was none of that. But pizza was the one thing that you always got delivered. I think more people got it delivered than ever ate it in my hometown. Now everybody delivers. We've got Uber Eats and we have everything in the whole world is delivering. And now you're seeing that people actually want to go out to the pizzeria even if they're just having a slice.
Right, and if you look at the economics of it, you know, a whole pizza now in an area like New York City, a high quality whole pizza might be $35, but you can still grab a slice for $4 or $5. And I think that the economics come into it too, in terms of, you know, how many things are there in the world that you can buy a top quality example of for $4 or $5?
Right. Well, cool, John. Thanks a lot for setting the record straight, explaining everything. I cannot wait until Sliceateria is right around the corner of my house at the Bend. But in the meantime, we still have Metro Pizza locations. Tell everybody all of the Metro Pizza locations that are operating right now.
Okay, there's a location in the airport, there's a location in the convention center, location on Horizon Ridge in Stephanie, location on Flamingo in Decatur, our original Metro Pizza, and a location in the Northwest on Sky Point and Cimarron. Ellis Island, of course.
And sad news for the Arts District craft beer fans. The team at Huddle Brewing Company on Main Street has posted this video announcing details of their pending closure.
We, Huddle Brewing Company, will be closing our doors in December of 2025. We've been trying to expand our brand and brewery by adding a kitchen, and unfortunately that never came to to fruition. This, on top of slow sales, have taken a financial toll on the brewery, leading us to closing our doors. This unfortunate event will prevent us from doing what we love, which is bringing delicious American craft beer to our local community. We want to thank each and every one of you for the support you have given us over the past 5 years, especially to our loyal local community. We hope you guys know you are the reason behind every beer. We are hoping to keep our doors open through the end of December, so please come on in and grab a beer with us as we choose the Arts District farewell. Tentatively, our last full day of operations will be December 13th. We look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you guys for all the memory, and we hope you continue to support our local brewing community, our friends and neighbors. Thanks again for everything, and we look forward to seeing you guys through the end of the year. Cheers.
You're a beer fan, so that had to hit you hard.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits me real hard. A lot of my friends that work there, and sad to see it go. It's been a staple for quite a few years now, and
Huddle's been, I just know them as really good neighbors of Soul Belly Barbecue, but I've done some promotions with them in the past, and they've always been super cool guys, and I like them a lot.
that's always been my go-to. I'd get food at Soul Belly, and then get my beer over at Huddle and sit out on the patio, and sometimes I'd bring my computer and work, and it's just, it's really unfortunate to see him go.
Okay, what else is going on?
Main Street Provisions in the Arts District, home to Hell's Kitchen chef Teston Ellie Parker, will celebrate its 5th anniversary this month with special menus for National Finals Rodeo, Christmas, and New Year's. We'll save the holiday details for another story, but if you're in the rodeo mood, their NFR special is the heartiest of them all. It's an 18-ounce Creekstone ribeye served with confit marble potatoes and Pendleton whiskey back peppercorn sauce. So yeehaw, go check it out.
Yeehaw,
Nice.
motherfucker.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Is it yeehaw or yippee-ki-yay? I don't know.
Yippee-ki-yay is if I want to be Bruce Willis.
I was gonna say,
Are we in NFR or are we in Christmas? I don't know.
I don't know what the hell we are, man. I know I'm going to a hockey game tonight, and it's Cowboy night at the hockey game.
Well,
I will not be dressed as a cowboy.
Have you not been to Cowboy Christmas ever? The convention center, and then I think Mandalay Bay or something like that.
Yeah, I usually avoid NFR. It's just not my vibe.
Not your deal.
Not my deal.
Not my deal. I love country, but not NFR for sure. I remember back in the day when you used to go to the clubs, and we would avoid them out during NFR because you would have all these old guys just staring at you creepy in the sides in the wings.
That's why I don't go out anymore. I'm just old guy creepy on the side.
Yeah.
Al and I are the old guy creepy doing that.
All right, and the renovations are complete on Morimoto and MGM Grand. The team issued a press release saying, quote, a new Japanese dining experience emanating the energy of Tokyo's famous nocturnal scenes. Al, do you have any idea what this means? This sounds like some publicist bullshit.
It sounds like something a very good, talented publicist wrote, I will say. But no, I don't know what he's really doing. I tried to speak to Morimoto about this when I got him at F1, and he was really great, but I don't know. When I'd ask him what's going on with the renovations in the new place, it was like, you have to come in. So I think I'm going in tomorrow, and I think I'm going to see it. And I hope that I have Morimoto. Oh, no, wait, I'm not seeing him till December 10th. So I do hope that after that happens, that we will actually have the chef himself telling you about what's going on. Nice. And that is about it for this week. Big thanks. Wait, man, where am I going? Where's all my notes? I don't have my notes. Oh, God.
Yeah.
No, well, we want to thank Chef.
Chef Chris,
Chef
thank you.
Chris, you were amazing.
Yeah.
Who else do I have to thank? Rachel and Andrew, thank you guys for being here with me. Thanks to our guests as well, John Arena and Hemant Kishore. Thank you to everybody here at this resort, here at Dupars, for being such generous, wonderful hosts. A quick reminder to read Food and Loathing Vegas for dining news, including Bob Barnes' weekly restaurant and entertainment update, which posts every Tuesday. This week, Bob's got the lowdown on a beer and chocolate pairing at Big Dog's. His pick of the week is Juan's Flaming Fajitas. Wow, that's a classic.
Yeah.
A cocktail class at F the Bar he talks about. Truffles and wine pairing dinner at Ferraro's. A chef collaboration pop-up at Soul Belly. He got into Lily by Chef Tyler Vorse, which we spoke about recently at Durango Social Club. He's got some stuff for NFR. If you're an NFR person and you feel dissed by us, you just read what Bob has to say. You'll be happy. The Teacher's Cucina and Cantina has holiday tamales, $Sand Lounge pizza pop-up series, which, by the way, go to $Sand Lounge website and check that out because those are phenomenal. And I'm hoping by next week I'll have a little bit of a report on those. Bob also tells you about Enchant Christmas at the Las Vegas Ballpark. while you're checking things out, because I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're all just running out and bookmarking all of this stuff for me. Check out my articles on both Food and Loathing and LasVegasAdvisor.com, where Andrew also writes. I recently summarized all 3 of this year's Ellie Parker interviews into one big chef profile over at Las Vegas Advisor. You can also catch me and Andrew a couple times a month in the CW's ARC show. You can get more happy hour news from Andrew at happyhourvegas.com. You can hear my weekly radio updates on all 3 of the Highway Drive radio networks, the Country Rock and Vibe, whatever the fuck else I am forgetting. Rachel, do you have anything you need to plug?
I think I'm good. We covered it earlier in the show. Thank you.
Okay, well then we're good. Until next week, I'm Al Mancini with Rachel Diehl and Andrew Morgan on behalf of the one and only Gemini Stevens, reminding you to always stay hungry.